So if he doesn't wait to the end and she presents it, right? So now she presents it and it's a complete made up story. Say the story is completely made
No,
up.
we're going off of what happened though. He's saying that the only thing that's made up is who pulled the trigger. He's saying his sister pulled the trigger. That's the only thing that he
The
fabricated.
prosecutors feel like the whole story's capped.
Okay, I understand that, but if he's telling the truth and the only thing that's made up is who pulled the trigger, who cares?
Yeah.
Wait, so you
far
owe
she's
him
getting-
in 6 days? You got to pay him 10,000, but you got 20,000. So you're gonna flip that and make 100,000, and then you're gonna give him 10, and then you still owe him product. And then I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, that's not. That's not. Mm-mm.
What up, vibers? Y'all know what time it is. It's time for another video. And I'm Yak.
I'm Ivy, and welcome to another episode of Show Realm.
And on today's video, we're going to be discussing another episode of You Don't Know Me.
The firearms discharge residue on his skin, clothing, and in his car are real. Jamil Issa's blood scraped from beneath his fingernails is real. The evidence you have heard in court proves beyond any reasonable doubt that the defendant is guilty of murder.
Can I tell you what happened? About 2 years ago, I met this girl that I fell in love with. Everything goes back to her.
All right, y'all, but before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and turn on your post notification bells so y'all know when we upload.
Big facts.
All right, so grab y'all drinks, grab y'all snacks, and relax your body.
Clear your mind.
Open your soul, forget everything you got going on at home, at work,
All that.
and come vibe with us. Welcome to our room. All right, y'all, now that we got our drinks, let's get into a couple thoughts about the season finale of You Don't Know Me.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes, y'all. Finally, the truth has been revealed. Finally. Y'all, we finally get the truth
The truth.
from...
So you believe the story?
Yes, it makes sense. We finally get the truth. All right, y'all. So let's get into the first thought, which was what was our favorite moment.
What you got?
Y'all, I've been saying Kyra ain't real. So my favorite moment is seeing that Kyra was real. And that she not as cold-blooded as we thought. Because in the beginning of this episode, when he was putting on Kyra, I'm like, yo, she set him up. Like, what? But then I was thinking, like, why? You know, so that part wasn't making sense.
Well, it was making
like,
sense to me. I kind of like, even the way he put the story together, it was genius. Because the way he put the story together is like, she never loved him from the beginning. Like, even
but
the
why
details.
would she set him up?
That's what I'm saying. So even the details to get back with the Glocks, I feel like that's what I was going with it. Because I'm like, even from the beginning, she seemed like she was trying to get back to the Glocks.
It do seem like she was trying to get back to the Glocks, but I'm just thinking, like, set him up. Like, it just wasn't making sense to me. It wasn't making sense. And I guess the main part is that, what was what did she get out of this? The money? They didn't know about the money until after all this happened. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like she was just trying to get back to the Glocks from the beginning. And the way the story was put together, because you realize, like, during the story, it seemed like the whole time she was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I was like, oh, she's just waiting for her moment. Even how, like, they made it seem like she was non-content about the whole situation.
Yeah, and they made her seem super secretive. So I'm like,
Exactly.
they didn't tell us. I'm like, was she really this secretive, or did he put it out that way? Because he was like, she didn't tell him much. Every time he'll ask a question, she'll kind of dance around it, tell him a little bit, and be like, we'll talk about this in the morning, or we'll talk about this later. So it made it seem like he didn't know that much about her, and she was really secretive. So that will make people think like, yo, like, she was always hiding something, you know? So he played it off.
Yeah, pretty damn well.
So what's your favorite moment?
Well, mine's kind of in retrospect, because this was when Kyra knocked off Jamil, and she ain't batting an eye.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, the first time it happened, you like this girl crying and all that. Then all of a sudden she flipped the switch. So I guess that kind of went in with his story.
Yeah,
right?
it made his story perfect.
Cause I'm like, she was like, I'm sorry, we had to do. I'm like, girl, you ain't bat an eye. You ain't cry. Like, that girl ain't do nothing.
Yeah, she was ready.
Yes.
So yeah, you know how I like to see you when you be done with it.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that was my favorite spot. Then to come to find out if the story is true anyway. You feel like the story is true. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
So you think he would put all that on his sister?
Well, he knew she was protected from client.
So why didn't he just tell the truth? If he knew that she was... So you're saying the story with his sister is not real?
Yeah, I don't know if I feel that way.
But why wouldn't he tell the truth, like in court?
Because he's built it up where you can't find her anyway.
So why would he
She's
tell his
not on
lawyer
trial.
that? Why would he tell his lawyer that?
Because she's under client protection.
So I don't get why would he lie to her then?
Lie to who?
The lawyer. You saying the sister story not real, so why would he lie to his lawyer and tell him about his sister?
He just had a story, I guess. Maybe he just wanted to get a story
So
out
you
there.
still don't believe him? Wow.
I don't say I don't believe it. I just don't know if I believe him.
I thought he was lying about the whole thing, but he just lying about the part who took the shot, basically. I thought he was kind of fabricating about the relationship with Jamil and stuff, you know?
So what makes you feel like, yeah, that's what happened?
Because it makes sense on why he would lie in court like this, you know what I'm saying? It's his sister, like, of course you would lie, you know?
I mean, yeah.
And I think his sister would do that. You see your sibling over there getting their butt whipped, and you see a gun. You know who this person is. They saying they finna kill your brother or something, or kill somebody. You gonna do what you gotta do.
I mean, because everybody else was taken care of, huh? Kurt
was shot. Kurt was shot,
but he had Face. Remember,
he was trying to fight Face, you know?
He had beat Face to a pulp.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, so, like I said, everybody else was taken care of except for that situation.
So I could believe it.
So,
I guess he just lying again, because he a good liar, so I don't know.
Exactly.
Now you got me thinking.
So that brings us to our next thought, which is who or what was the biggest threat?
What you got?
It's naiveness. For the broad, or either this dumbass story for him believing that it's gonna go good for him.
I know.
Like,
that was my biggest threat.
For real? Because
Yeah.
I'm back to what you were saying, like, maybe he could have presented a little better. Maybe not take 26 hours to present it.
Maybe have somebody trustworthy like the lawyer
Yeah, exactly.
to present it, but he knew that the lawyer probably wasn't gonna lie for him and tell this elaborate story.
Well, if his story is correct for how you say it and you believe it, then he had no reason to tell that, right? So maybe he told that story to have a reason to get up to tell the story because.
Oh, so you feel like he only told her that so that he could go up there to tell his story?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but you're not to be trusted defendant, so we still got questions about you.
I don't know. I don't know what he's. I don't know. I'm like, and the biggest threat is these writers too.
What? You was just raving.
I was raving about the writers until, I guess I just talk about that in the final thoughts though, man. Cause man, yeah, they a threat though. Just know, I got my eyes on you, pencil pushers. Go ahead.
So our next thought is who made the biggest mistake? And I got the defendant.
What? Which one? Oh, you saying?
Just the story, because I'm like, he took a big risk. But I guess it was like, I'm not finna give it my sister, so I'm gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying? He took a big risk going up there and telling that story like that. Especially find his lawyer, find somebody with credibility. You know, that's one of the things that you have to lawyer for. They have experience and they have credibility. You have no credibility. Like, we don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
But if the lawyer does it, the lawyer has to present it. I guess because it's overseas, I believe the lawyer has to present it during the proceedings. So that means they can bring whoever up to
Yeah.
corroborate, go
I
against
see
it.
what
They
you're
can start
saying.
bringing in, okay, that this happened at the car lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did all that. It was kind of convenient that his final plea, he gets to tell his whole story. Of course, because
But
remember, she wasn't even, normally, the prosecutor can't even say nothing. But the
Yeah.
judge went over that head and was like, you done brought all this stuff in here, new evidence we ain't never heard about. Yeah,
But-
we're going to bring the prosecutor back to at least do a rebuttal, and then you can say your final words.
But if he's telling the truth,
Okay.
and the only thing that's fabricated in his story is who pulled the trigger,
Mm-hmm.
then all of that should be, he should be able to vouch for all that. He should be able to vouch for his boss, because all that really happened, right, Hero? The only thing that's wrong is who pulled the trigger, and the only people that was there, Kyra, Kurt, Jamil, Face, which I don't know if Face died or whatever, but you know he not finna show up in court. Jamil is dead, and Kurt, didn't he leave the country or something?
But that's my whole point. And that's what the prosecutor was saying. The prosecutor was like,
It's so convenient that I can't bring none of these witnesses up to corroborate this story. And he's talking about
You're saying so convenient because he
all
waited.
of the stuff that led up to
You saying
it.
it's so convenient because he waited to the end?
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't get why he waited to the end. He still could have had his lawyer.
So if he doesn't wait to the end and she presents it, right? So now she presents it and it's a complete made up story. Say the story's completely made
No,
up.
we're going off of what happened, though. He's saying that the only thing that's made up is who pulled the trigger. He's saying his sister pulled the trigger. That's the only thing that he
The
fabricated.
prosecutors feel like the whole story's cap.
Okay, I understand that. But if he's telling the truth and the only thing that's made up is who pulled the trigger, who cares about who they go cross witness?
That's not how it works because in the legal system, you tell one lie, it's over. Your
But
credibility's
nobody
gone.
can vouch for that because everybody that was there is either dead or not here. Kyra's not here.
Just that part of the story, but the rest of the story,
Should be true.
and if it's not, what would stop him from having the lawyer
But that's
tell
what
it?
I'm saying. So you feel like he's still lying. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward he's lying for the simple fact that he concocted this story. He basically concocted this story in a safe box.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm saying that either
You
he's
feel
still
like-
lying, because I feel like he still has to be lying because there's no other way why you didn't let your lawyer present this case. Because if the only thing that's wrong is who pulled the trigger, then everything else, don't matter who they cross-examine, your boss or anything, that should
Right.
line up.
Unless he was out there, he was Jamil, and he was the big dog. You know what I'm saying? It could have been, it could have been a whole nother story, and then all of a sudden, nobody came and chased you at the car lot. You know what I'm saying? This never happened. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? We got eyewitness accounts that said nobody came to your door at this time and did this. You know, so you couldn't poke holes in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't trust it.
So what's your biggest mistake?
My biggest mistake is Bless. According to this story, she volunteered at the hospital. Okay, so you volunteered at the hospital. Like, so I'm going off this biggest mistake is the story's real.
Okay.
So if the story is real, then her volunteering at the hospital is completely like, you really didn't
It's
think.
weird.
You didn't think that he was going to know who you were. Like, this made no sense. None at all.
So did she really volunteer or she lied and said she volunteered? Because if you really volunteer, don't you have to have like a name tag or people know who you are?
See what I mean? Story got so many holes in it where you can sit there and go start opening it up and poking at it. You can't do that if you're the last person to say your last word. We get into an argument and I'm like, okay, so speak your piece. You tell me what you need to tell me. And I'm like, okay, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Let me say my piece. I say my piece and then there's no interruption. And I get the last word, and then we say, okay, well, we'll decide.
That's not going to happen.
Of course that's not going to happen. Of course that's not going to happen, because you're going to what? You're going to stop me 3-4 times in the middle of the story anyway. So that's not going to happen, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's real comfortable for you to be sitting with nothing to lose and then tell whatever you want to tell.
Yeah, I see.
I make that mug elaborate as possible, too.
And that's what the prosecution was saying, like, We got the facts. We don't know what he's saying. You know?
Right.
But all right, y'all. This leads us to our final thoughts, and my final thoughts is it was good. Like, I liked the series.
Oh, your voice got high. What's up?
I feel like it was good. I liked the series and the ending. You may not like it, but the ending, I liked that it showed different perspectives. It showed him getting the guilty plea, how people would react. It showed him getting the not guilty plea, what he would do. So it kind of gave us, it kind of let us live them both realities. Like, okay, if this would have happened, this would have happened, you know? And if this would have happened, then this would have happened. But it was kind of annoying because they didn't tell us what happened.
Right.
They just kind of let us live it out. And people, people don't really like that. You know, they want like a definitive answer. Like, I don't want to guess what happened. I want to know what happened.
I follow you 1,000% on that, and that's why I said the writers like, what was that? What?
To leave it open-minded, or maybe to open up for another season. I don't know where they will go.
They could have added a couple more episodes if that was the case.
I don't know where they will go with it.
Nah.
But the door is open.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess he can win and then come back, and then the Glocks is still after him.
I don't know.
Yeah. I guess. You always think.
Or he could lose, and Kyra could be like, "Man, he lost," and come clean. You know what I'm saying?
You should be a writer.
Oh.
But yeah, so my final thoughts is just like you were saying, the show was some shit. not like that. It was full of twists and turns, and like you said, but then at the end, like you said, how you gonna live in two realities, man? You can't live in two realities. You gotta, like, okay, if you're gonna show me that and you're gonna show me that, run the credits and then let me think it's all gone, and then come
Show
back
me
and
what
be
really
like,
happened,
okay,
yeah.
well, this is what happened. Do the little rewind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And do all that. But not just, so did he get off? Wait a minute, did he meet her? Wait, no, he's down. Wait, so I'm like.
Yeah, so it was a short series, and I don't feel like my hunger was satisfied. I feel like
But they did what they, according to you, they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
did.
They got you talking about a season 2.
Exactly, they could. Hopefully, y'all got
To
one.
me,
I
they
don't
got
know.
me looking at it like it was a complete mind fuck. That's what they got me saying. Because I'm like, really? I went through 4 episodes, and now y'all ain't going to tell me what happened?
It was only 4 episodes, though. You can't have your time wasted for 4 episodes. That's nothing.
My time is valuable, precious.
That is true, but yeah, I think it overall was good. It didn't make sense, but I think some of it wasn't supposed to make sense because this is from the perspective of the defendant. You know?
Well, obviously, he had plenty of time to sit down there and think of a story, so.
He had like a year.
Yeah, so I feel like he put together a hell of a story.
Yep.
So his story, I kind of made sense, I guess.
Some parts just didn't.
Yeah. Like the 20 and the 10,000, I still never forget that. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Wait, so you owe him in 6 days? You got to pay him 10,000, but you got 20,000. So you're gonna flip that and make 100,000, and then you're gonna give him 10, and then you still owe him product. And then I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, that's not. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I think that was the beauty of it because all the way up until when did we find out the truth? Like this episode, you speculate. We don't know. Like I didn't think Kyra was real.
We still speculating.
That's the
what
other
you
part
mean
too.
we speculate
That's the beauty
until
of it.
the beauty of it. That's the beauty of that's like you see that canvas right there, and you just throw some paint on it and be like, that's the beauty of it. Yeah, everybody's gonna look at, oh yeah, that looks like an elephant. Oh yeah, that looks like a dog.
Exactly. Keep people wondering and talking about it.
Well, maybe they'll drop another one and prove me wrong.
They probably won't.
You're right.
All right, y'all. What did y'all think about this series? You don't know me. Yeah, we really don't know you.
Right. We don't know nothing.
Nothing about you. Like, I wouldn't even think your mom and sister was real. They wasn't in the audience.
All 4 episodes, you called them the defendant.
He's the defendant. Is Kurt real?
Right, for real.
Kyra? Girl, I'm
Glocks.
still questioning.
The Glocks.
We questioned his whole story, but y'all, it was good. It kept us engaged. I feel like it was good, though. What y'all think? Let us know down below in the comments. Did y'all think this is a good series? Is he still telling the truth or is he lying? Like,
Let us know where y'all want us to go next. What genre should we touch?
Yeah, we definitely.
We didn't touch a couple different genres. So
let us know. We might be putting up a poll soon, so y'all could kind of let us know y'all thoughts on what we should be doing next, because we want to make sure we're diverse, you know, and stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to stick with the same old.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching, and come back and get this fire content.